What goes on, guys? We're back here again with yet another review, and today we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys DC Multiverse, the Batman, the Robert Pattinson version. And you know what? I gotta say, this looks really good. I mean, I kind of played with it a little bit. I didn't get too in-depth with it, but it is pretty good. It'll get the job done. I love when you get the logo here. So you get the Batman logo, Batman, you see the figure in there, Batman, the Batman, Batman, the Batman, Batman. Yep, I'm just going to keep saying Batman. On the bottom, you get the barcode. Nothing really like too standard. I really like that photography. That looks really, really nice. You get the Batman there. You get all the Batman figures, the Bat Cycle, Riddler, Penguin, and Catwoman, which I will not be picking up a single one of those because I think those figures don't look good. But the Robert Pattinson Batman does look good. So without further ado, let's go ahead and open this guy up. So taking Pattinson out of the packaging here, I gotta say, yet another good Batman from McFarlane Toys. Yeah, I know, I'm with y'all on the fact that I think we get a little bit too much from McFarlane in the regards of Batman, but as a Batman fan, I'm gonna keep picking them up. So I know I'm part of the problem. You can all yell at me for that in the comments. Oh, you're complaining about too many Batmans, yet you buy them. Yeah, well, whatever, so be it. I'd rather have more characters, but it is Batman, so I'm gonna go ahead and get it. But I'm really happy to have a Robert Pattinson Batman, because as far as I know, this is the only 6 or 7 inch scale Robert Pattinson Batman that we'll probably be getting. I don't think anybody else is going to do it. I know Spin Master does the little ones and the 12-inch ones, and I know Hot Toys has been recently announcing it, but this is the one that I want for my collection. So without further ado, let's go ahead and take a closer look at that head sculpt. And I gotta say, that's pretty good, actually. You know, from certain angles, it really looks like Robert Pattinson as Batman. I know, like, those unmasked ones, those Bruce Wayne figures in the big jackets, those look horrendous. So to see this actually be fairly decent is pretty awesome, and, you know, I'm happy about it. I like the design of, like, the stitching and things like that. I think that looks really cool. You see his nose up there. You get the shoulder pads on the side, which are attached to the bicep, which I do like, so they don't really get in the way at all. You get the 2 guns that make the bat, which looks nice, or the bat emblem, I guess. Kind of get like the whistling birds Mandalorian style on the sides of the forearms there, with the soft rubbery like scallops or whatever the hell they're called. The chest looks really nice. I like the angular design with all the sculpted detail in it. You get a nice belt with some gadgets on there. You know, he's Batman. Of course, he's going to have his gadgets, and that glossy paint that they used for it goes all the way around the back. This side has some straps on it. I kind of wish they weren't there. Like, sometimes I like asymmetry, but in this case, I don't really feel like they were needed. Plus, there's more stuff on this side of the belt, so it kind of like unbalances it a little bit. That could just be me, but whatever. The knee pads, I kind of wish they were painted too. I don't know if it's accurate for them to be painted. Obviously, at the time of this recording, the movie did not come out, but whatever. I like the glossy boots, and then the boots themselves look nice. So I like that a lot. You do get the cape. He's got a weird shaped cape for Batman, but I guess it's movie accurate. I really haven't checked, but it does look good for what it's supposed to be, and it's not heavy, so, you know, he actually stands better than most DC Multiverse figures. But he does come with an accessory, which I'm going to talk about in a second, so let's go ahead and take a closer look at that. So he comes with what I'm assuming is a grappling gun. I'm not really a big fan of the design of the grappling gun. I don't think it's McFarlane's fault at all. I'm sure they did it accurately. I just kind of wish we got a different accessory, maybe a batarang or a pair of fists. God forbid we get a Batman with fists. But, I mean, for what it is, it looks cool. But the way they did is really stupid. They gave him a gripping hand, and that blatantly looks like a handle, if I'm not mistaken. So it goes in there just fine. Yet, if you notice on the other side, there's this big protruding peg, and you're probably thinking, what the hell is that for? They gave him a hole on the other flat hand for him to hold it like this. To me, that looks ridiculous. It doesn't even look like he's holding it. So if you're going to have him use this accessory, use this. I don't know why they did that. I'm not a big fan of that at all. I haven't seen him do anything like that. So I don't know why he started doing that now. It is not something that I think makes a whole lot of sense. I like having an open hand for the Batman. Fists, of course, would have been nice. I don't really care about this grappling gun. I don't think it's a good looking. I think it's kind of ugly. I like Ben Affleck's a lot better. But yeah, I don't really know what the point of that was. It just doesn't look good. I think any other accessory would have been better than that, but, you know, whatever. You also do get the stand and the trading card, which I always forget to mention because I just don't care about them. I leave them in the package unless I throw the package away. But the picture at the beginning of the video that was on the back of the box is the card that you will get. So let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation, because for McFarlane, it's actually fairly decent. So taking a look at the Vampire Bat's articulation here, he's going to look upwards that far, down, pivot, and rotation all the way around. So great head movement as always for McFarlane. I tend to really like their articulated necks. Head or the shoulders move upwards that far. They got that little butterfly joint in there that does actually afford a little bit of movement. And he does have a bicep swivel, double jointed elbows that are not ugly. They've been getting a little bit better with that. And then the ball hinge, that's a little ugly, but not too bad. So you know how ball hinge works. Hinge it, rotate it, and then hinges the other way, and then it swivels on there. You can get the top diaphragm joint to barely move at all. It basically just swivels and pivots, and then the bottom ball at the hip pivots as well. So you get it rotate there. He'll pivot to the side. Yet they crunch back or arc back, but they don't crunch forward. I don't know why. Like, there's no reason that it can't do that. This is soft plastic. They do it like that on purpose. It's annoying, but whatever. The hips are going to do that. So basically full splits. Kick forward, back. You do get a thigh cut in there. He's been getting a lot better with that, or like thigh rotation. Totally fine by me. I like the way that he's doing it. That's actually the best way to do a thigh joint, in my opinion. You go double jointed knees. And then he does have a boot rotation. I think it's just the overlay piece above the shin, but the ankles move up, down, and it does pivot with a toe joint. So, McFarlane feels like a McFarlane figure, but it's pretty good. I just wish they would improve on their diaphragm joints. Sometimes they're really good, but then other times it's like, why are you even bothering? Like in this case, like this does nothing. Like if you're going to break up the sculpts to give articulation, you might as well make it work. There's really no reason that it doesn't work. So, what are you going to do? But it still works good overall. Now, I don't really have much in the way of comparisons. I'm going to go ahead and compare them to my new favorite Batman, my modified version of the Three Jokers Batman. When I say modified, I really only painted the chonies and gave him the Batarang. But he is a little bit shorter than this Batman. They're actually pretty close in height, but, it's both Batman, but they look very different. So I just thought I'd go ahead and throw these guys together because I guess he'll scale good for what he is. But like I said, I'm not going to be getting any of the other ones from this line. I'm just going to put him in my Batman display. Simple as that. So I know you guys are wondering, yo, Ant, what are you thinking of this Batsy? And you know what? It's not my favorite. I don't think it'll ever be my favorite. I'm very excited for this movie. I wasn't at first, but then the trailer dropped, and it does look a lot better than I initially thought. So for this figure, I do like it. I think it's going to be a good representation of Robert Pattinson as Batman, and I think it's going to be the best one on yourself for your 6 or 7 inch collection. But, pretty standard overall for McFarlane. With that being said, if I was to give this a rating, I would go ahead and give this a 9 out of 10. Other than the weird hand situation and the lack of movement in the diaphragm and the torso, he's pretty much perfect for what he needs to be. I really like the head sculpt. I like the different paint variations. I mean, more paint would be great, but it's $20. You're getting a wholly new sculpted figure. I like what they got going on here. Ooh, he just kind of fell. I like what they got going on here. So, with that being said, I believe that's all I have for today. So, if you have not already, do yourself the favor the favor of liking, commenting, and subscribing to the channel. It's greatly appreciated when you guys do that. I'm less than 50 away from 500, and when we get to 500, I'm going to try to do a live stream. I would really, really love if you guys attended that. That'd be awesome. We'll see how that goes, though. Also, be sure to follow me on Instagram and TikTok. I've been posting a lot on both of those recently. I have a lot of fun with that, so definitely go check that out. But I believe that's all I have for today. So, as always, I'll see you guys in the next one. And let me know. You cop him? Peace.